Let's talk a bit about Manchester City, though. What does Pep Guardiola glean from today's match? Neil, what do you think he's going to be thinking about?
They need a striker for me, Adam. You know, I think that, I know he likes to play with a false nine, but I think they need a striker. You know, they've let Aguero leave for Barcelona. So I'm assuming, and it's always dangerous to make assumptions, but, that Harry Kane will be on top of the radar, off the back of signing Grealish. I think they look.
What do you know, Neil?
What do you say?
Like you know something.
No, I just think.
What do you know?
I think
like you know something.
I think they'll go and get him, City. I do. I think Harry Kane will want to go to Man City. He's already, said at the end of the season he wants to leave Spurs. He's one of the best strikers in Europe. So, I mean, if there's a deal to be done, I think Man City will be at the front of the queue. I think they need a striker. Aguero's going to be difficult to replace, but Harry Kane's as good as they come. And they looked a bit toothless today. I know it's early on, and I know they're not at full strength. And there's certain areas, the fullback area as well, where with Walker coming back in, still not convinced on the left back. Whether he chooses to bring another one in with Zinchenko there, I think they can get better in. But I think he's still got a bit of work to do to finalise the squad, really.
That's the amazing thing, though, Chris, for Manchester City. It's the first time in 10 years, really, that they've had to go out and search for a striker. They've had Aguero for a decade, and what a servant he's been to the club, the all-time record goal scorer. We know the impact that he's had, but he can't have anything else to do with Manchester City. They still have Gabriel Jesus, who is never fully convinced, always in the shadow of Sergio Aguero. So do you think they're going to move heaven and earth to get Harry Kane in?
I think so. I mean, it was remarkable the way they won the Premier League last season without playing a recognised striker for most of the season. I mean, that's an incredible feat. But you would think that the Premier League sides would wise up now when they play Manchester City. It's not going to be fresh. It's not going to hit Premier League sides this season. They know what to expect. Harry Kane would be a sensational fit for Manchester City. And, it's interesting, this whole situation, because I think Grealish is a great piece of business. Having said that, if you were going to prioritise, I mean, he can come deep. He can play as a 10. But when you need a penalty box striker, Harry Kane's your man. Just look at his record over the years. I mean, he scores goals every season in, season out, and he would be a great fit for Pep's team. So, I mean, people keep asking that this week. Everybody's going to ask, who is your prediction to win the Premier League? It's very difficult to say. If City go out and get Harry Kane, I think they'll win it. I think it looks like Lukaku, is going to Chelsea now, or that looks like a deal which is nearly done. If Kane doesn't go to City, I'd be looking at other teams maybe thinking they're going to pinch the title off City this season. So I think Pep has real work to do on that front.